Yes.
Okay. Let's call to order today the Historic Preservation Commission regular meeting, Monday, the February 6th, 2023 at 5:30 PM. Roll call.
Adam Robb,
Present?
Joe Chappell, absent. Nathan Turner, absent. Mineka Gibbs,
Present.
Valerie Duncan,
Present.
Darrell Covington,
Here.
Aaron Rooney.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay. Item number 2, public comments. Anybody? Anybody wearing a backwards hat? Okay, never mind, okay. Item number 3, did everybody look at the minutes? Probably not. I'm just, I did.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to have a vote on that, Dan? Can I have a motion?
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, yeah, 3 out of the 4 are here, so, yeah, we can do
We
that.
can do it? Okay.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, 3 out of the 4 are here.
Anybody want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
And I think, Adam, you're gonna have to make.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, usually I don't like to as chair. I second that.
Oh, actually, you know what? Nathan's not here. Joe's not here. Yeah, we only have 2 out of the 4 that were there. We'll table it.
Well, wait.
Okay,
Yeah,
we can do it the next
we'll do it next time.
meeting, okay. Agenda number 4, HBC application 23-001, discussion and potential action on a request for a certificate of appropriateness for a new, how do you pronounce that, Dan?
I'm assuming Sonola?
Sonola? Yeah, signature restaurant,
Is that how
window
you say it?
signage for a building located at 111 West Harrison Avenue. Staff report?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is the building, 111, which previously had a restaurant in it. It was Stacy's. A new restaurant is coming into that particular building and looking for signage. You'll see on the screen that they're looking for white lettered signage on each side, or the windows on each side of the main entrance. Per the guidelines, they can't exceed 30% of the total window, which they don't, so staff didn't have any issues with the signage. So I'll give it back to the commission if you have any questions.
Mackinac, what do you think?
I think it looks great. I don't have any problems with the way that the logo looks. And just as long as it meets all the guidelines, I like it.
Anybody else? Anybody named Ballard?
I'm assuming it's going to be
It
vinyl.
looks great.
I do too, yeah, I
It's
think
gonna be
so.
vinyl. That doesn't specify it's gonna be vinyl, yeah.
Anybody wanna-
Basically, just like what's on there, just
Yeah.
different name.
Anybody want to make a motion? Or-
I'll make the motion that we approve it.
Okay.
We have a second?
I'll second that.
And a second,
Okay.
Randy. All right. Mineka Gibbs,
Yes.
Valerie Duncan,
Yes,
Darrell Covington,
Yes.
Aaron Rooney,
Yes.
and Adam Robb.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Item number 5, HBC application 23-002, certificate of appropriateness for new Milk and Honey Realty, building signage for a building located at 213 South Division Street. Staff report.
Again, obviously signage for a business. This is in the building that has a China garden. One of the things that I always kind of remind the commission is that the guidelines that were put forth never accounted for multiple businesses in a single building. So you kind of got to use the, I guess, common sense factor or, in that. So given the size of them, they're roughly 4 foot by 9 foot, around 36 square feet. And then on the front, it's not out of sorts. And even if you take both signs and have the size, it still doesn't exceed a third of the facade, which you're actually allowed for signage. So staff didn't have any issue with it. Back to commission if you have any.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just,
Okay, yeah.
yours was approved.
I was gonna say, you're approved.
You're good.
to Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
Unanimous.
Good.
Yeah.
I've heard great things. I haven't come by yet.
Thank you guys all.
Yeah. Everything's good, yeah.
Great work.
So
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good. You can put it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah, do you want to come up? Just state your name and everything for us.
Sarah Mathis with Milk and Honey Realty.
Okay, great. Thank you. You guys have any questions or comments or?
I have questions. So the two larger signs, this is what will be there, the 4x9, and
Yes.
not what's currently there, the temporary signs with the eyelets.
That's what we're proposing to be there, and I don't think the city took issue, but that's the proposition to be there.
Okay, so the only thing is, when we don't have any current signage that has got facial graphics that looks a lot like a billboard type sign on any of the buildings currently downtown.
No, that's correct. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's not something that we currently have. It just looks a little bit different than what we currently have. All of our other, signage is just regular signage and usually fits sort of the bill. These are a little bit more billboard looking. They're nice. You ladies are beautiful.
Oh,
Definitely not saying that at all, but your description in here says they're gonna be 3x5 and right now they're 4x9, so they're gonna be smaller, about the same size as this China Garden sign.
yes, yes.
That's better. That's better. That one's fine, right?
Yeah, I love the front.
Yeah, front's fine.
Yeah, I love the front. That is my only concern, is that they look a little bit more billboard-like looking and not, less, here's my logo and here's our company information. It does look more business card billboard-like looking on either side of the business.
Dan, what's the size of the China Garden sign?
I honestly don't know.
Don't know?
It's,
Do you know?
it's probably about, it's obviously slightly smaller. It's the same, about 4 foot high, but probably only it's probably a 4x4, 4x5. Because it's about half of what the other one is.
Maybe really 2/3 of what it is now.
Yeah.
So I would say it's approximately 3.5 by 4 feet.
The one that you're putting up?
The China Garden restaurant.
Oh, the church, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said maybe a 4x4.
I'm just trying to get a,
Perspective.
yeah.
Well, there's not a lot of businesses that get to advertise on 3 sides of a building either.
It's really
Which is
cool.
pretty
No, but as
awesome.
I said, our guidelines weren't set forth to have multi-tenant buildings with,
Right.
type
Yeah.
of thing. Because actually, the buildings, if there were other buildings in the downtown, they have the opportunity to have signage on any of the facades that are part of the building. The difference is, most of them obviously are built property line to property line, so
Right.
all you have is the front or the back. And obviously, the back probably doesn't do much good for most because it's the alley, so.
Well, and
Yeah.
so China Garden has 3 signs. They have some signage on their door that we mimicked, and then they have signs on both sides of this building. And then I would say across the street, Gateway has signs on the front of their building, on the side of their building, and I believe they have some on the back of their building as well. So if the opportunity presents itself, I think as Dan was saying, they do take advantage of that.
Oh, no, most definitely. I think my largest hangup is just that it's kind of billboardy looking with the photos.
And I'm just gonna comment that if the commission as a whole has issue, just make sure you're clear on what you would like to see.
The address on the application is 213 South Division,
Yes,
and then the address of the actual business is 215 and a half.
Because it's the joint
It's a-
building, right?
It's a joint
Right.
building.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
But you'll have signs on 213 also, on the building.
Well, yeah, we really shouldn't go by addresses because those have been screwed up since the dawn of time. New buildings that come in won't have multiple addresses, they'll have unit numbers. So if this were done properly, it would have had one address with 2 unit numbers.
I have that
Just
issue.
back in the day, they would just assign addresses instead of unit numbers. So for 911, we're doing away with that.
Yeah, I have that issue with my train station. technically, depending on where you
Yeah.
look, it has 2 addresses.
Yeah,
And some things will be delivered to a different
right. We're trying to clear that up because
building, yeah.
it makes 911 very difficult.
Well, I hope they come to the right place.
Yeah.
Well, 3 by 5. I think so, Bill.
I just would like,
It'd be
it would
like-
be nice for everything just kind of be uniform.
It'll probably look like the China Garden size.
Yeah, it'd be close to the
The-
China Garden
yeah.
size.
And, I don't want to say this in a bad way. I don't get too worried, I guess, about signs on some of the buildings, because this is obviously a non-contributing resource in that, and just like we come across, just like the banks downtown, like IBC and some of those, they're in the historic district, but they have signage that is very typical of, I guess, their corporate stuff in that. So we don't have necessarily a specific font signage program in that. So I just look at it as sometimes with some of the not historic, well, I don't want to say historic, the contributing resources, I think, probably do have a little bit of a different signage program than the non-contributing.
Right, well, I know the
Yeah.
building isn't, but it's still located in.
No, I understand, but I'm
But
just
I-
saying we have some others in the downtown that don't fit within the historic,
Yes.
like the banks
And I
and
would
some of that.
argue
Yeah.
that the photos of us are, we're ambassadors to Guthrie. I've been bringing new residents here since 2008. And if you're talking strictly wanting to keep it small town, I don't feel like it's detracting from the signage to add people if we're really selling the small town image.
Well, that's definitely not it at all. It's, I mean, Donna Elmore's been here for, I don't know, she's lived here most of her life, and she doesn't have her picture on the side of her building.
Did she
And-
ask?
No, but she very well could have, but, she didn't, and that's the only thing, is it does look sort of billboardy. But that is my only hang
At
up.
least it's not like 9 feet by 6 feet or something.
Well, no, there's also wall ordinance too for signage, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
size.
Anybody else have any
Yeah,
opinion?
I guess my thoughts on it, I don't have the problem with the number of signs or the size of the signs. Just the visible eyelets, I think we're calling them, is a little unfortunate. I think it could be Victorianized a little bit, maybe with a picture frame border.
We can definitely do that.
You know,
So
I don't
we-
want to force you to do anything, I'm just
No,
suggestions.
force away. So, we have thought about creating a frame out of like a lightweight tubing, like metal tubing, wrapping it around that and then setting it on there and then reverse attaching it so you can't see the eyelets.
Yeah, just anything to add some visual detail, I think helps.
Well, these are your temporary signs on there, right now?
Yes, yeah, those are the temporary signs.
Okay, and so your metal signs won't have eyelets?
The metal signs that were there before had eyelets. We're just mimicking exactly what was there before. The marijuana shop had eyelets on their signs.
Yeah, just any kind of anchor, visible anchor, anything like that. I think typically they try to cover them up.
Whether
Daryl,
they had
what-
them or not, they're not
No.
allowed.
I mean,
Not aesthetic.
you're talking about a metal sign, and the photographs we're seeing, these are more like banners to me. Is that what they are?
That's what they are. But even in a metal sign, the metal signs that were there before for the marijuana shop that was directly underneath, the China Garden shop had eyelets on them.
But you're gonna have metal signs, not what we're.
Yeah,
looking
we
at.
can have Alumicore signs.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think, Valerie?
I don't have a problem with it.
It's 3 by 5. I probably would if it was mass, like a, usually what you see with a realty sign is it's way bigger.
Right.
Like
yeah.
I said, like a 9 foot by 6 foot, but McEnroe?
Adam,
No, I'm just saying, if anybody else have anything else they want to put an opinion on that?
No, I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay. Motion to approve, do we have a second?
I'll
I'll
second
second.
it. Oh,
Either way.
Okay.
yeah.
Give it to Valerie.
Oh, okay, we'll give it to Valerie, okay.
Mineka Gibbs,
yes.
Valerie Duncan,
Yes,
Darrell Covington,
Yes.
Aaron Rooney,
Yes.
Adam Ross.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
killing me.
You thought it was gonna be a,
Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys have a good night.
you too.
Thanks, Ann.
Staff were you guys here for a particular? Oh, okay.
Pretty easy.
Let's say we didn't skip you on anything, did we?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming. We appreciate that.
Love
Um,
Participation.
Yep. Staff comments?
None.
Commissioner comments?
I have none right now.
Okay. We are adjourned.